It is Tuesday, April 6th, 2021, and you are tuned into DIRTRACKR Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. Today on the show, we take a look at Brady Bacon and Chris Windom's recent results and wonder about their status in the dirt world. Plus, there's some racing to watch tonight, a new Conversations episode, and more, so let's jump in. Since starting the DIRTRACKR Analytics section, one of my routines is to kind of go peruse the stat sections after I enter in the most recent race results and try and share a few nuggets on Twitter. For example, this past Sunday morning following a busy Saturday of racing, I entered all the results from the night before and dropped some stats for Brad Sweet, Brady Bacon, Brandon Sheppard, and Chris Windom. The stats for Bacon and Windom I also used on the show yesterday when we were recapping the USAC Sprint Car race at Lawrenceburg. Specifically, that Bacon has won 7 of the last 30 series races, and Windom has the longest top 10 streak in the country right now, currently sitting on 18 straight races. The stat on Bacon got me wondering about how strong he's been in the past year with the series, so I jumped back in this morning to dive a little deeper into his numbers. Bacon is the hottest driver with the series, with an average finish of second over his previous 5 starts and an average finish of 2.7 over his previous 10 starts. He was the 2020 USAC National Sprint Car Champion, and it isn't difficult to see why. 6 wins in 27 races last year, along with 17 top 5s and 24 top 10s. He also led all drivers last season in top 10 efficiency, grabbing 21 top 10s in 22 top 10 starts. That's an efficiency number of 95.45%. Leaving Lawrenceburg with the win, Bacon now leads the series point standings over Justin Grant with 3 races complete in 2021. What might be even more impressive about Bacon is how he's getting those finishes this season. At Bubba in February, he went 12th to 4th on night 1 and 10th to 2nd on night 2. Both of those finishes were good for Hard Charger. And on Saturday night this last week, he started 6th and was to the lead by lap 6. Starting deeper in these fields just doesn't seem to be a problem for him. On the analytics pages, I have all of these kind of different stat categories, and one of the sections I obviously was going to take a look at this morning was average finish. What's wild, though, is through these past 30 races, is as good as Bacon has been, he doesn't even lead the full-time guys in average finish. That stat actually belongs to Chris Windom. His average finish is about 0.3 of a position better than Bacon's. As I mentioned before, Windom has 18 straight top 10 finishes with the USAC Sprint Cars, which is the longest such streak of any of the major dirt racing series in the country. Some other guys are close, including Bacon and Logan Schuchart with the Outlaws, but Windom's streak started at Kokomo in July of 2020 and continued Saturday night at the Berg. Over the previous 30 races, Windom has 1 less top 5 than Bacon does, but the same amount of top 10s with 27. But if you compare those 3 races where Bacon and Windom didn't finish in the top 10, you find something kind of crazy. Bacon's 3 outside top 10 finishes are a 23rd at Terre Haute, 24th at Lincoln Park, and an 18th also at Terre Haute last season. Pretty standard for a guy to have a few stumbles through the course of a long racing season. But that's not apparently true if you're Chris Windom. His 3 finishes outside the top 10 are 11th, all of them. He was 11th at Plymouth, 11th at Lincoln Park, and 11th at Gas City. In the past 30 USAC National Sprint Car events, the worst finish Chris Windom had is 11th. So besides taking down the USAC Midget title last season, Windom has been fantastic in the Sprint Car and just missed out on that championship in 2020 with Bacon beating him towards the end. Seeing these numbers for both drivers then makes me wonder if they don't get enough credit and attention for what they've done recently. And I'm just as guilty as anyone else. I get on the show and I talk about Logan Schuchart and Brad Sweet and Jimmy Owens or Brandon Overton, Aaron Reitzel, Brandon Sheppard, and other guys. But I certainly didn't notice this, and I'm not sure anyone else has either. Having the analytics section has certainly helped me start to find these things over the past year or so, but I wonder if this not getting noticed is a bigger indictment on the lack of stats and numbers available, or one of USAC and its competition just not getting as much attention in the community. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. I know that those who are deep into USAC and the non-wing world maybe recognize how good these guys are, but does the dirt racing community as a whole really understand? I'm not so sure. And if the dirt community doesn't see it, then the larger American motorsports world doesn't see it either. Drop me a comment on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter and let me know what you think. Do you recognize guys like Bacon and Windom and others like Justin Grant as being top drivers in dirt racing? Or the USAC division's too niche for racing fans to notice these guys? I'm kind of curious to know your thoughts here. We've seen Windham cross over here, even most recently, with NASCAR on the Bristol Dirt and into some Indy Lights stuff too as well. So it's maybe some people notice, but I don't know that the fans and things notice. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. If you're looking for some racing to watch tonight, Bridgeport Motorsports Park in New Jersey is in action for their Invasion of the Posse event featuring 410 sprint cars and modifieds. Looks like a nice little field of cars is set to race, including names like Danny Dietrich, Brent Marks, and the most recent All-Star winner, Justin Peck. Besides bagging the All-Star win at Attica on Saturday night, Peck is one of only 2 drivers to get multiple Central PA wins so far this season. Lance DeWeese is the other. Tonight's 410 action pays $5,000 to win and $400 to start. Grandstands open at 5 p.m. Eastern with hot laps scheduled for 6:15. If you can't be at Bridgeport, Flow Racing has you covered with the live stream. I dropped a new Conversations episode yesterday. If you haven't checked it out yet, this one features Jacqueline Rumley, who should be familiar to those that follow dirt late model racing on Twitter. She's very active on race nights, often being one of the lone voices tweeting out updates from races. You can also find her at a lot of races with husband Kevin and their KNL Rumley number 6 Super Late Model. She joined me to talk about her background in racing, moving to North Carolina, hustling to get jobs in motorsports, and a lot more. You can find that episode in this podcast feed or on the Dirt Tracker YouTube channel. There are 2 items on the streaming schedule today besides Flow 24/7. Flow Racing has those 410 sprint cars and modifieds live tonight from Bridgeport Motorsports Park in New Jersey. To see the full daily streaming schedule with links to watch, visit DIRTRACKR.com/watch tonight. That's it for the show today. Hope everybody has a good Monday. If you have thoughts, like I mentioned before, about the topics on today's show, please leave them in the comments below or tweet at me. You can find DIRTRACKR Daily where you get podcasts plus YouTube and Facebook. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe and leave a review. That helps out the show, and it's a way to help out the show for free. You can email the show at info@dirtracker.com. I do check those every single day. You can follow Dirt Tracker on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Dirt Tracker. You can check out the website for all kinds of cool dirt racing stuff by visiting dirtracker.com. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow for more Dirt Tracker Daily.